Good morning, everyone. It's Mich here, or good day, or good evening. I'm filming it in the morning, so it's Mich here, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing another day in the Junk Journal, July 2024. We have done quite a few pages so far, so if you are new to my channel, you can check out all the videos in the playlist on my channel, Junk Journal, July 2024. Today is day 22, and the prompt that was set by Meg Journals is timeless, and my affirmation is key. So the affirmation for today is, I hold the key to open any door. I hold the key to open any door. And I just thought that was fitting. So as far as the timeless goes, I had one idea, but I had a couple of ideas, but it was just a little bit, I think, too bulky for the journal. I wanted something, as you know, we're getting quite fat, and I still have quite a few days left. So then I was looking in through my Happy Mail, and I saw something from Chris, which I can't find right now. It's gone walkies, and it was folded doilies. And I thought, initially I had, for the timeless, I was thinking something that has been with junk journals and journaling for a long time. So I was thinking, back to the Victorian era when journaling became really popular because of Queen Victoria and whatnot. And I just thought a doily is a timeless thing. It was used back then, but they would actually put crochet doilies into their journals, or they would make their own doilies by folding and cutting. So this is my representation of something that's kind of timeless, as well as the rose. And I think that the rose is sort of a timeless thing that has been with journaling and for a long time. So that's kind of my theme for today, is the doily and roses. So I want to start by just fixing up my background page. So I pulled out a couple things that I thought might work. I liked this because it does say kind of like a rose from you, from you. And I'm thinking maybe a little something like that. I kind of like those eggs, so I didn't want to cover them up, all them up, even though they're not kind of related to the theme. And I was thinking something like that. So let's just get this down. Oops, I forgot to put the lid back on my glue. Let's see if I've got a pin here. I try to keep a pin on my board. On my, I got a magnetic strip on the back of my desk, just for this reason. I was in here last night trying to kind of figure an idea for this morning. Okay, so that's gone right up to the seam, and then with that, I may need to cut that off, but I'm just going to overlap it onto the next day, which is fine. And then we'll get this one down. Not sure if there's a rose in there or not, but I kind of like that. I like the butterfly, so we'll get that down. Actually, I think I'll turn it this way. And then I can overlap this as well. We are still part of a heat warning wave here, but this morning it's not so bad. It's very overcast and foggy. It's very foggy this morning. I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and where I am, when it's really foggy days and stuff, I can smell the sea because I'm not far from Halifax Harbor, and the gulls, the seagulls, kind of come and hang out in the neighborhood. I don't know if I wasn't saying on this series, but sometimes I go out in my garden and there's a clamshell. And I used to think, gosh, where did that clamshell come from? And then I realized it's the seagulls coming over and dropping their clamshells. So for my folded doily, I'm just going to take a doily like this, and then I'm going to fold it. I'm going to turn it upside down, and then just fold it so that it doesn't quite meet the outer edge. So just kind of like that. And then I'm just going to take the bottom and bring it up to the top. And then that's going to be my pocket, my corner pocket. So we're just going to decorate that. So I pulled out some of this. This is just, I had a big roll of ribbon that I got at Michael's. It's got a wire on the side, which you don't need a wire. But anyways, I was looking in my little scrap bin and I thought that would be perfect. So I'm going to use, I think because it's ribbon, just a little bit of Fabri-Tac on the side there. And I don't need that big of a piece, so let's cut that down a little bit. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac. I might not even need Fabri-Tac for this, but I'm going to put it down anyway. Okay, and I'll just put a little bit on front and bottom. And then I'm going to sandwich that in there on the very edge. Okay, and then I'm just going to check to see. I've got a piece of deli paper here somewhere, just in case I need to sandwich it in there so that it doesn't glue onto itself. But it doesn't feel, maybe a little bit up top there. So I'm just going to stick that in there for now, just until that dries, which usually doesn't take long. Okay, and then we'll put the other one in. And again, I just want to cut the edge of that. And I'll save that little scrap for something else. I find that, sometimes if I'm doing a project, I will keep the little bits and bobs like that. And it's amazing how I use them. And sometimes I just don't want to. I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta, too many little bits. Okay, and I don't think that one came through. Nope. Okay, so while that's drying, then I thought to make a couple clusters. So I gathered some things already in preparation. So I just used a little bit of scrap paper and I made just a little banner there. And then I took my little scallop punch on some coffee stain paper, and I just happened to find that little thing. And then I've got a rose there, so I thought that might be cute. So we'll layer those up and put that down. Okay, and then I just went to like some of the scrap stuff that I had. Now for this little thing here, I have a little container that if I'm doing a project and I need a little stamped, I don't know what you'd call that, label, I guess, I'll do extras and then I throw them into a little bin so that I have all kinds of little extra labels that when I'm doing a project I can kind of sift through and try and find something that might suit. So that's what I did last night. I just went through sort of my label bin. And I just got those little bins at Michael's one day. I think they were like $1.99 or something. So I picked up a bunch. And I put that rose just because that's the theme. And that's the best angle, I guess, right there. And then I have another little bin of Tracy Fox labels because I do like some of her little labels. And I found, oops, if I can get a hold of it, I found that. And I thought that would be cute. Be you. Just always a reminder, just be yourself. Okay, and then I thought we'll just put one of those on there, which would be cute. And then I pulled out some little beads. Okay, and we'll do this one. So for this one, I pulled out, I just happened to find this. I don't even know, I can't even remember when I did it, but it's just a little tag that I did at some point with some scrap paper. And I found this little label that I'd made up. So I thought, yeah, let's do that. And with that, stuff like that, you can just doodle that. I do have a stamp with that, but you could just doodle a little box with some lines around it. And it just looks right cute when you're doing a layered effect. Okay, and then I got that little rose. And then I thought for my affirmation, I would use that. So I think that's kind of cute there. So we'll put that down. So I'll put all that there. Okay. And then I hold the key to open any door. So we'll get that down. And then I just kind of went through my stash of digiprints and whatnot that I have put together. I have another little bin that if I'm doing a digi-kit and I don't use it all, then I just stick it in a little bin that I got at the dollar store. So I went to that and pulled out some things that I thought we could stuff in the envelope. Right, so we cut out there, but I just put a couple little rivets on there, and I think it just adds a little shine to it, a little bling bling. So put that aside, and then let's go back to our book. So this one there, I've done a couple other ones that I did off camera, so I did a perfect moment and love your life. So I'm just gonna stick those away for some happy mail. I have a little drawer that I'm just putting things in, which I'm gonna put these in right now. Later on, I just did a mail out, but later on, maybe September, I'll do another mail out of some happy mail. Right, so I think that's really sweet. And how easy was that? So I'm just gonna get this down, and I'm gonna just put it down on the bottom edge and the outer edge. So I'm gonna have to put my deli paper back in there, just in case it comes through. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, I don't think I'm gonna put it right to the bottom, so I'm gonna put it right about there. Okay, and I'm only putting the deli paper in just so that it's not gonna stick to each other, stick to itself. Okay, and then some of the things that I found in my stash, that doesn't really have roses, but I liked it, so I thought, but I found this little ticket, and I just backed it onto a piece of file folder, so I thought that was cute. And this little, well, I'm gonna say I'm using them all for little journal cards, and then that little rose one, and I put that on some coffee stained paper, and that's just on some manila stuff that I had, and then that's just on some other paper. So I thought that those would be cute to stuff into our journal, mainly too because we could use them as journal cards, but if we wanted to add them to another page, then we would have that to add to another page as well. So I usually put parchment down instead of deli paper, and parchment does not stick. But I couldn't find my little piece of parchment, so I thought the deli paper might work, but it's sticking itself, so let's just take that off and leave it. I think it's dry anyway. Okay, I might need to glue down that again. There we go. Okay, and then, so with our little journal cards, we can just put a few in the front and the back. That can kind of go there, because with this here, there's numerous pockets. And then the tickets can kind of go in the front. And then we have a cute little spot to put all our little bits and bobs. This isn't really related to roses, but I'm sticking that in there. And if you had, I also pulled just a bunch of other little things, but I think it'll be too much to pad it all in there. But I kind of like that, a little library card, a little postcard. Can stick in there. And with these, again, we can use them on other pages in our journal, or use them to write on, to journal some things. So that's our little project for today. And look how cute that is. And it sits relatively flat. I mean, the more you pad into it, the thicker it's going to be. So I think I'll pare that down a little bit. And I think that's timeless. I think the doilies and the rose theme are just timeless. But that's just my opinion. But that's our project for today. So I hope you did get inspired in some way. And until tomorrow, I hope you stay safe and well. And bye for now.